Good morning, dear students, and welcome back again to my channel. Today, we are here to do a quick revision of the chapter Indigo. So, let's try to understand what we have here today. The writer, Louis Fisher, Mahatma Gandhi, the guy about whom the story is, and Indigo, the title. We'll understand why exactly this particular title is taken. So, first of all, let us understand about the writer. Louis Fisher was born in Philadelphia and he served as a volunteer in the British Army between 1918 and 1920. He made a career as a journalist and wrote the New York Times. So he was writing for the New York Times. He was a very good and published journalist. He came to India to take interview of Gandhi, and this particular chapter is an excerpt of that interview. So here it is. He was also a member of the faculty at Princeton University. He is following an excerpt from his book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. This particular chapter, Indigo, has been taken from this book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. A one marker questions answer. The book has been reviewed as one of the best books ever written on Gandhi by Times Educational Supplement. So, yes, you can understand that's why this particular excerpt has been taken in your class 12th because this was one of the best books written about Gandhi's life. Let's see what we have on the next page. The learning objectives, what we are going to develop over here, the skills of writing a biographical account, because of course, by reading Indigo, you will get to know how exactly to write a biography. Developing communication skills, what you can see over here, we can develop our communication skills by understanding how to take an interview or how Gandhi has interviewed, has been given. Then, enhancing the vocabulary because we will understand different words related to freedom fighting in India. So let us move on to the next page. Why is Gandhi's birthday observed as the International Day of Non-Violence? Is a question we may be able to answer or we may be able to discuss about after understanding or reading of this chapter because this particular chapter is telling us about Gandhi's first freedom struggle in India when Gandhi got popular as Mahatma and he became the famous Bapu as he is known today. Then, do you have any idea about the civil disobedience movement? Yes, we will get to know about this in this chapter because it was the first time Gandhi has taken the civil disobedience movement in India as a mean to fight against the Britishers. When and where did it begin? In Champaran was the first place. How did it happen and what is Indigo? All these questions we are going to answer by reading this chapter and understanding its core. Moving further to the next page, the account is based on the interview, as I have told you already in the beginning, taken of Mahatma Gandhi. In order to write on him, he had visited him in 1942 at his ashram at Sevagram. So this was the place where Gandhi was raised in. Although he used to travel to different parts of the country, but yes, Gandhi used to live in Sevagram. His ashram till today has become a museum of Gandhi and his things and his ways of living his life. Then the story revolves around the struggle of Gandhi and other prominent leaders during the time of, in order to safeguard the sharecroppers from the landlords of Champaran. These landlords were also the Britishers too, along with the high caste people of India of Bihar. So Champaran was a place which was situated in Bihar, and there the story started from the sharecroppers, the small farmers of Bihar who were facing a problem, an oppression from the landlords. And here comes the entry of Gandhi. How exactly the story started? Gandhi came to India in 1915. He was a barrister practicing in South Africa. He was quite popular in South Africa because he has already fought against apartheid over there. Coming back to India, he started participating into different rallies and different kind of activities in India around the country to understand what is happening in the country. In 1916 December, when a meeting of Indian National Congress was being held in Lucknow, Gandhi was there. And there he met this character, which we are going to discuss about in this chapter, Rajkumar Shukla. A two-marker question will be there. Why Rajkumar Shukla is called a tenacious personality? And the answer is, in the beginning of the chapter, Shukla came to this Lucknow convention. He asked who can help us, the farmers of Champaran. Somebody told that Gandhi is a new barrister, why don't you go to him? He went to Gandhi and asked him, can you come and help us? Gandhi said, I am busy, preoccupied. I may come after a month or so. Rajkumar Shukla keep on following Gandhi for almost a month. Wherever Gandhi go, and later even went to his ashram. Finally, Gandhi, happy by the tenacity of this farmer, that, oh my God, you will not leave my side. So let us go to Champaran. So that was how it was proven that Rajkumar Shukla was a tenacious personality. Moving further, Indigo portrays Gandhi's struggle for the poor peasants of Champaran, because Gandhi even was not aware about the principles of India, what kind of fight is going on, what kind of things are happening around here. But somehow he managed to understand things in a better manner. Being a barrister, he knew how to fight without picking up a weapon. And that was the first non-violent movement of Gandhiji. Through this chapter, Indigo will get to know. Then he also made arrangements for the education, health, and hygiene for the families of the Champaran peasants that we will get to know in the end of the chapter. Let's see down the memory lane. If you can see in front of you the pictures of India before the independence, and if you can look at this particular picture in front of your screen, this is of Rajkumar Shukla, the guy who started this entire journey of Indigo fighting and Gandhi's first non-violent protest in India and made him popular. Here you can see some pictures of the farmers working on the field. The indigo, the name of this chapter, is on this particular crop, indigo, which we all know is called deal in Hindi. And why exactly? What exactly was this setup? The landlords used to ask the farmers, because the farmers were sharecroppers. They did not have their own piece of land. So they were working on the land of the landlords. They have to pay some rent. So landlords have asked them to grow indigo on 15% area of their land. And that indigo crop, when it will be harvested, will be given as it is for free to the landlords as a rent. So that was the agreement, the indigo agreement. Two marks question will come. And what exactly is the problem here Gandhi has come to solve in Champaran? The problem was that sometime later, a synthetic indigo was discovered in Germany so that it can be made by machines in the factory. Now there was no more need of growing the crop indigo. So the landlords did not tell this thing to the farmers. Rather, they told them that out of our goodwill or out of our kind heartedness, we are letting you guys not grow indigo, but for that you have to pay us some money, some compensation. The farmers were happy, more than happy, because indigo was destroying the yield of that field. Indigo has made the land barren. So, of course, the farmers wanted to get rid of this. They paid the money, and those who did not, those who got to know about the story of synthetic indigo, they protested, but they were beaten very badly, thrashed by the goons of the landlords and the Britishers. They filed petitions in the courthouse. Nobody listened to them. And that's how the story started. Rajkumar Shukla came to Gandhi to meet him in Lucknow and tell him about the story of Champaran and the struggle of the peasants. And that's why Gandhi came to Champaran, to solve out this particular problem of extortion of money illegally from the farmers. Let's see what happens next. As you can see the pictures over here of these farmers, their life will give you a glimpse, an idea that you can delve into the time when this thing was happening, when Gandhi was fighting his first freedom struggle. So this is the case where Gandhi was taken by the court. What happened? The story was that Gandhi, when he went to Champaran, this particular place in Muzaffarpur, he was taken into by the police department, the superintendent of police, and thousands of peasants came around. They wanted to help Gandhi, and you can see the police was helpless. Gandhi told them to be quiet. Gandhi told them that it is all right. Let me go inside. Moving further, these two faces, Professor J.B. Kriplani is a very important character over here. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India and also played a major part in Gandhi's first freedom struggle, because he was living in Bihar itself, in Patna, and was a very prominent lawyer over there. Then here we have the next character. This was Professor Malkani, who helped Gandhi out. Moving further, we have the chapter's theme. The leadership shown by Mahatma Gandhi to secure justice for the oppressed is a five-marker question, has been asked multiple times in the last few years in the CBSE board examination. Leadership shown by Gandhi and how he was able to get them out of this oppressive state. Second sub-theme is contributions made by the anonymous Indians to the freedom movement. Before Gandhi, nobody has taken into cognizance that farmers can also fight. Before Gandhi, nobody has ever taken into cognizance that women can also fight. Gandhi took the advantage of this. His team was made up of the farmers, the Dalit, the downtrodden, and the women. And that's how he became popular among the masses of India, because Indian subcontinent is made up of, if you look around us, 70% farmers are there, downtrodden people are there, marginalized communities are there, women are there, who have always been oppressed and never been given an opportunity to fight for themselves. That's where Gandhi came in, and that's how he became so popular overnight in the entire country, just by a single non-violent freedom movement done by him in Champaran. Plot: Shukla's meeting with Gandhi, problem of the sharecroppers, Gandhi going to Champaran. Now there is a timeline. From Shukla meeting Gandhi to in Lucknow. Then Shukla came to pick up Gandhi in Kolkata after a month. Gandhi and Shukla went to Patna. Listen carefully. In Patna, they went to the house of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And there what happened? A two-marker question. The guards of Rajendra Prasad stopped Gandhi and Shukla. Why? Because Rajendra Prasad was not there at home. And they knew this Rajkumar Shukla is a poor peasant who keep on pestering, disturbing their master again and again. So they asked Gandhi and Shukla to sit down on their haunches, waiting outside the gate. They did not even allow Gandhi to take a glass of water from the nearby well, considering him to be an untouchable. That was the first incident where Gandhi got to feel and see the real untouchability practices in Indian subcontinent. They moved on from Patna, they went to Muzaffarpur. And before moving to Muzaffarpur, Gandhi has returned to Professor J.B. Kriplani to meet him at the railway station. When Gandhi reached the railway station, Kriplani came along with a band of students and welcomed Gandhi with a lot of pomp and show. But then there was a problem. There was no one who can give shelter to Gandhiji in Muzaffarpur, because at that time there was a law: no one is allowed to give shelters to the fighters of justice and freedom. So Gandhi has come from outside, and the police was quite very strict. The Britishers will not allow him to stay over there. What happened? Came in Professor Malkani, a government school teacher who gave shelter to Gandhi for 2 days in his house. A two-marker question once again: why it was such a big thing? Because this teacher did not even think about himself or his family. He simply gave shelter to Gandhiji in his house. From there, Gandhiji went to the courthouse, found out all the documents related to the farmers and their problem. He discussed with all the lawyers about what is going on. Two marker question once again. He chided the lawyers for not being honest with the farmers, because no case they are going to win inside the courthouse, because the judge himself was a Britisher and the farmers were fighting against the Britishers and landlords. So he said, from now onwards, we will fight the case outside the courthouse. Let's set up a new kind of convention. And from there, he started his survey, his research. He went to Champaran finally. And in Motihari, one day, when Gandhi was going to meet one farmer who has been beaten very badly by the police, Gandhi was stopped on the midway and was given a summon: go back or you will face the jail term. Gandhi disobeyed that government order. That is what is called the first civil disobedience movement by Gandhi. He said no to a government official's order. Next day, he was summoned to the court, and as you have seen in the picture, the courthouse was thronging with thousands of peasants who have come to see the Masiha, the champion who has come to fight for their cause. The judge, he felt like, okay, what is going to happen? He said, Gandhi, take back all the cases. Gandhi said, I'm ready. I'm saying that yes, I have done the wrong thing. Put me in behind the bars. The judge said, no, we cannot. Right now, we need some time. You go outside. And in that particular time, a two-marker question once again, Gandhi has a discussion with Rajendra Prasad and all the prominent lawyers that if I will go to jail, you all will come behind me and fill the jails. In Hindi, it is called Jail Bharo Andolan. And the judge was surprised and said, Gandhi, you are set free. Please go out. What happened after that? Gandhi was called by the governor. The governor listened to Gandhi's plea, and Gandhi told them about the entire scenario, what was happening in Champaran. The governor then set up a committee to look into the affairs, and Gandhi was the only member from the Indian community to sit up in that particular committee. With thousands and thousands of files of the farmers, it was finally decided that yes, the landlords were at fault. And what happened then? Gandhi was asked to do a negotiation deal of how much money is to be given back. Two marker question once again: why Gandhi agreed on 25% settlement with the planters, even being asked as an RTC question last to last year in the CBSE board exams. So what Gandhi said, Gandhi asked for 50%. Planters said no, because Gandhi knew if I'll ask 100%, nothing will happen. So Gandhi asked for 50%. Planters said no. Gandhi said, okay, then what will you offer? They said 25%. Gandhi said, done. He took them on their own words. They were surprised by the tactics of Gandhi. When later being asked why you agreed to 25% settlement, Gandhi said the money was not important. It was the prestige the landlords have to give up. For the first time, the farmers got to know they have the rights and they can actually take their money back if something bad happens to them or if someone is doing injustice to them. That was how Gandhi became the Masiha. Next come the question that Gandhi could have easily ran away. After doing all this political stunt, after giving victory to the farmers of Champaran, Gandhi could have gone back to his own hometown, Sevagram, and did his work and everything. But Gandhi was not about this guy who just feels happy with the political benefits. He stayed back in Champaran and he worked for overall holistic development of the farmers. And how come so he worked for that? Let us see. These are the characters we have in front of us. Before that, let me just finish this part. He called for the volunteers of doctors, teachers, and everyone. He even called his wife Kasturbai and his son also, Devdas, so that they can come in and provide their services for free to the people of Champaran. He looked at the condition of the Champaran farmers and tried to tell them about how to live your life yourself, how to be self reliant. And within weeks, within months, the people started understanding how to live a hygienic life, how to live a life where they know how to protest for themselves without flickering a stone on anyone. And finally, coming to the last part of the chapter, there was Charles Freer Andrews, two marker question, one of the followers of Gandhi and a Britisher. When he was supposed to be given a posting outside India, he asked Gandhi and said, shall I go or not? Gandhi said, you must go. When the farmers and lawyers came in and said to Gandhi, why can't we keep Charles with us? Because he's a Britisher and he will help us better to fight against the Britishers. Gandhi said, this is your battle. You must not take help of someone else. This you have to fight for yourself. So that was a lesson of self reliance Gandhi gave to the farmers and the lawyers at the end of the chapter. And there's a very prominent question, how come the Champaran became the starting point of the freedom movement of India? So it started as just a small case which Gandhi was supposed to finish in a week's time, but it took away 1.5 years of Gandhi's life and taught him about the demography of India, the way the people fight, and the masses became popular. Gandhi was called as the Mahatma after this particular episode of Champaran. All these characters I've explained it to you. Rajkumar Shukla was the main character, Rajendra Prasad, the president I talked to you about, lawyers, Professor Kiprani, then Malkani, who gave shelter to Gandhiji, servants of Rajendra Prasad who mistreated Gandhi, then the maltreated farmers, the peasants, Kasturba Gandhi, other volunteers, Charles Freer Andrews is the last character as you can see over there on the board. These are the characters which we have discussed throughout the story. Then I have already explained you all these points. Exploitation of the peasants of Champaran by the British landlords. Rajkumar Shukla, he came, a poor sharecropper, coming to call Gandhi. Rajkumar Shukla, illiterate person but resolute, we have already answered and discussed in the beginning of the chapter. Gandhi, impressed by his tenacity, he received Gandhi in Kolkata, Gandhi's visit to Champaran, his halt at Muzaffarpur, and criticism of the lawyers for asking and demanding money from the farmers for fighting their cases in the court of law. Finally, the freedom from the fear is more important than the legal justice. It is a very important quote of Gandhi, may come as a two marker. Answer is simple, fighting outside the court. The episode at Patna, where I told you how many people came in. Then Gandhi sent telegram to JB Kriplani to meet him. I have already explained this thing to you. Indians afraid to show sympathy, where Malkani came in and pitched in and gave shelter to Gandhi. Champaran district was divided into a state owned by English people, Indians, only tenant farmers over there, landlords. They compelled tenants to plant 15% indigo. The indigo plantation system I have explained to you, 15% part they have to subside. Then Germany had developed the synthetic indigo, which I've already explained to you. How come this entire indigo conflict started? After that, next page, many signed, some resisted, and engaged lawyers. Then they were beaten. Gandhi went to the British officials to discuss about the case. Court episode happened where Gandhi got the support of thousands of farmers. Indians learned courage and fight for themselves. The victory of civil disobedience movement for the first time in India. The role of the lawyers led by Rajendra Prasad when they said Jail Bharo Andolan. Inquiry commission was set up. Gandhi was the only Indian in that. The compromise by the landlords, 25% settlement we have discussed, and the social cause. I told you that Gandhi was not happy with just the political justice. He worked for the holistic development of the farmers. The social cause is a very important factor. Role of CF Andrews, he was a follower of Gandhi. And finally, the lesson of self-reliance, a two-marker question about how Gandhi taught it to the lawyers and the farmers. I hope with that the entire summary of the chapter Indigo, word by word, line by line, page by page is clear to all of you. You can slow down the video and you can listen to the audio and you can look at the pages. You will understand everything. And I have discussed all the important questions in the middle of the summary. Then this summary part you can read by yourself. Let us come to the important questions. Who is Rajkumar Shukla? We can answer that question. What did he do with when Gandhi could not give him a date? Followed him persistently for a month. Why was Gandhi impressed with Shukla's tenacity? Yes, we have discussed that question. What was the problem faced by the sharecroppers? The Indigo sharecropping agreement and the synthetic indigo in Germany. Why did Gandhi decide to visit Muzaffarpur to meet the lawyers and chide them for charging money? Why did he chide the lawyers? I have already told you. How was Gandhi received by the people? Happily. Thousands of them were there. What was the attitude of the average Indian? They were afraid of giving shelter to the fighters of freedom in India. Mention the contributions of the ordinary masses in the Champaran episode. Thousands and thousands of them came in to support Gandhi and they learned how to fight for themselves. That was the episode, Role of the Masses. Freedom from fear is more important. We have just discussed this particular line, 5 marker question. Then why Gandhi was not allowed to draw water from the well? So that was the episode of untouchability Gandhi faced at Rajendra Prasad's house. What did the peasants pay the British landlords as rent? Indigo. Then how were the peasants exploited? By taking in money from them to release them of the Indigo agreement. Why was Gandhi not allowed to proceed to Motihari? Because the superintendent of police wanted him to be away, not wanted him to interfere in the matters of Champaran or Bihar, considering Gandhi to be an outsider. So then let us move on. Yes, this question is the most important question. How was the Champaran episode a turning point in Gandhi's life? Because Gandhi was very new to India after coming back or doing his barrister degree. And when he came and did this Champaran thing, he realized he can also fight in the same manner at a national level for the freedom of the country. And maybe he can bring freedom to the country with non-violence. So this episode made him the confident person he was among the masses. Finally, all these questions you can see on your screen. You may just go through these questions by yourself because most of these questions I have answered during the explanation of the chapters, and I don't think there is any question over here which you might not have been able to understand so far. You can pause the video somewhere wherever I'm explaining and you can understand all these questions answered. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. So today we discussed and learned about Indigo, which was written by Louis Fisher about Mahatma Gandhi. Let it be this much. Thank you.